Hey, Libras. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? It's good to be back again. For those of you that are brand new, my name is Patty. I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot, but I also do spiritual coaching, intuitive coaching, that kind of a thing. I'm a life balance coach as well. My intuitive tarot also includes astrology and numerology. I think it's important to mix all the energies together. So making sure that we get a complete look at everything as much as we can. We never will have it all. But just so you know, I always do go to the divine first or whoever's on the other side for old wisdom in wherever we're talking about. All right. So this is for you between the 29th and the 4th. Libras. And so for those of you that don't quite understand, when I say I pull from the divine, I get downloads of wisdom, and sometimes they tell me exactly what they want me to say on that. And you'll hear me say thank you. And that is just acknowledging the information that I've given. And thank you and an appreciation for them sharing. So let's get started. So the first three oracles that I'm pulling out are going to be one for the divine, the first energy, the message that he wants to share, what to focus in on this coming week or weeks ahead. The second card is the current energies from the 29th to the 4th. And the third card is the future energies, which could be the weekend forward. However, I'm getting the vibrations that this is going to last a couple of months. So to pay attention a little bit about that. But mostly pay attention to the energies of the current week. These are the current energies that are really important to focus in on. All right. And we'll talk about the full moon. We'll talk about all those kind of energies from the planets that are going to be in play, because we still have the full moon. Now, the full moon came in on the 28th around 2 p.m. And if you're watching this before, because I'm filming this on the 24th, the new full moon comes in at, on the 28th about 2:04 p.m., somewhere around there. And these energies last for a couple of days after. So if you're getting this before the 28th, so from the 25th to the 28th, you're going to start feeling these energies. And after the 28th, you're going to probably feel them all the way almost to the 4th. So these are energies that are going to be sort of conflicting because balance is trying to be made. And the moon is in Libra, which is very much about a romantic, soft type energy, about relationships, that kind of a thing. But it's also a warm moon, and it's a Paschal moon. So this is about newness. This is about what we're doing with the new vibrations. Also, it is about the reason why it's going to be a little difficult is balance is the key. However, we're struggling between balance of desire and balance of what really we need for ourselves in values and things of that nature. So we'll talk more about that as we go, if we need to. All right, so this first card out, as I said, is the Divine's card, and this is what he's trying to get across to you this week. And this is about the dragon. The dragon is about power and strength. He's done this several times in this last week in readings. He's brought this card forward a lot because I don't think people are understanding the power and the strength they actually have within themselves. This is a number 6 as well. And the number 6 is about your harmony improvement. Remember, the planets are also about balancing right now. And this is why it's really important for me as a reader to share not only the divine's energies, but the planets, and then also numerology, because they all are the same thing. And it's amazing to watch as I study the charts or study what the divine is trying to show me and wanting to share. They all are the same, guys. It's amazing. It's just I'm so blessed to be able to see all this. However, this is about improvement. Improvement is getting balance. So this full moon is going to really be pulling on you to bring more balance in your life, and also to be more paying attention to the relationships that you have, how you're having them, and being more kind and gentle, because it's going to be really hard to hold your tongue. You want to really be careful of the words that you share. So this is the power and the strength in what the divine is saying. Your tongue is a sword, or it is something that is uplifting. So really, you have the power to either say or hold it back. So this is one of the things. Thank you that he's wanting to make sure. This is about your words. Be kind in your words, he says. Thank you. All right. So the current energy is the Earth Fairy. Earth Fairy is about grounding and foundation. And it's also about your physical health. Now, in March, the new and the full moon were about, and the whole month of March, the planets, Saturn, Jupiter, and those kind of planets that were really strong that month, is about your health. So this is going to continue because in March, this was getting cultivating our soil and, getting it all fresh and ready for that new garden, the seed to be planted. This is still now growing. So if you started a bad habit, to get rid of that and started to put a new, this is going to continue forward. Or if you're trying to get some toxic situations or people or whatever it is out of your life, this is going to keep playing, because now that we're planting the seed, the garden needs time to cultivate and grow. It's going to take patience, going to take time. Maybe that's why the divine said the number 3 months. I don't know what it is that's happening in 3 months, but this energy is going to be going on for 3 months. So he's given me that much knowledge. So we'll have to make sure that we're planting and building those foundations, making sure that they're strong and solid. Whether you're building a new job, new relationship, new friendship, whatever it is, needs to be strong and solid. This is not only to help with your mental health and your spiritual health, but it's also to help with your physical, because the more stress you put on yourself, the more that comes out in your body. That's why people have heart attacks and strokes. A lot of it is stress related. I was in the hospital for 4 days because of stress. Didn't realize that my heart was starting to have issues, but then I turned around and calmed my life down and got rid of the job, and things have been 10 times better, actually a million times better. So we do add our own stress onto our own lives. Future energy for the future, we'll say weekend and forward, but I still say again for a couple of months here, is the owl. And the owl is about deception or wisdom. And he's also the number 4. 4 is about growing stability. Oh no, I missed this here. So the Earth Fairy is also the number 9, intensity. Intensity, definitely. Not only intensity, but really, really focusing in on your foundation and your grounding. Where is that at? That's really, really huge. Because that grounding and foundation, especially grounding, that will bring you back to be able to refuel, take a breath, take a deep breath, and refuel so that you have energy to move forward. But when we get to the owl in this future energy, deception and wisdom, thank you. So what they're telling me is you're going to have temptations. So you're going to have to know what's deception and what's truth. So do you know what absolute truth is, or do you know what truth is? They're not the same. So this is where you're going to have to now begin to learn the process of understanding what is truth, human truth, what is absolute truth, which is spiritual truth. And that will help you in protecting yourself against deception. Okay, so that's going to keep you stable in the future, definitely. Okay, so our first card out is the Emperor, and then we have the Page of Swords. So the Emperor is full of wisdom, right? Okay, what is the owl? Owl is wisdom. What is divine? And we've got wisdom. 2 different kinds of wisdom here. This is amazing that he would be the first card out. This is old wisdom. Now, are you taking it from spirit, or are you taking it from earth? What I mean by that is your wisdom. What are you paying attention to? There's knowledge, and then there's wisdom. Knowledge comes from earth. Anything that we learn, like from, school, all that is knowledge, is stuff that is fed into our brain. But when it comes to spirit, that is something of old wisdom that people might say, well, how did you know that? Or, you know what? I followed my intuition. That's old wisdom. That is wisdom from another second dimension that we cannot explain where that comes, because we cannot touch it. We cannot see it. We cannot really feel it. Well, I disagree with that, because I can feel energies. But the thing is that we cannot see it. And there is no way to prove fact about it. Whereas knowledge, you can actually prove factual, because it's earth. It's earth-based. So This is something that is really going to be important. So this week, apparently, not only with the full moon, is that this is a new way of processing for somebody, because they're going to learn that spiritual wisdom, you're going to have more strength than you've ever had before. It's like getting a superpower kind of a thing. You're like, wow, that's amazing. So it's sort of like when I became a little bit more and more clairvoyant, it was like, wow, I want more of this, sort of something like that. But somebody's going to be a little bit nervous about this. Somebody is going to question it, because we have the Page of Swords looking back. He is wanting the wisdom. You're wanting the wisdom, but however, you're sort of fearful of it, and because you can't, you're afraid what other people are going to say. For some of you, you're afraid that, oh, if I start looking at this spiritual stuff, or this second dimensional stuff, or this stuff, they're going to think I'm into this new age stuff and I'm weird and blah 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 blah. And you're so worried about that, rather than actually focusing in on what the blessings might be for you, that you might hinder yourself from trying it. Okay. And the thing is, and I shouldn't even say trying it. I don't even like that word. Tap into the energy or the blessing that you might be given. You might also be, given spiritual gifts that you don't even know about. But I would say everybody's intuition, everybody has that, so you can tap into that. All right. Again, this is your foundation. This is your grounding. This is where you actually need to reach out and dig deep. Some of you guys might have to go all the way back to your childhood. But yeah, because I'm really concerned about this future energy of the owl, because there is so much deception out there right now. I just had a gentleman call me that, he is so new to the romance, internet stuff, the dating, that I blew his mind at the deception out there, and how to be careful of what he's looking for, who he's talking to, because he's so naive and innocent. He thinks that everybody's real on there, and it's not. And so, I just sort of blew his mind, and it scared him, because there is so much deception out there. But his mindset is so healthy. He's like, I would never allow myself to do that. Well, some of these scam artists are so good that you would never even notice that you're being scammed until you've already given too much information away. As criminal justice, that's what I studied. I mean, I've been to Africa. I watched how it worked. But the thing is that deception, if you are innocent and naive to the wisdom of it, then you may fall and unfortunately prey to it. All right. So there is forward movement here for your future here, whatever you're going through. There is forward movement. But this is a good energy. This is a spring. This is a spring equinox energy. But let's see what's going to happen here. If somebody's grounding is way off kilter, their foundation, so it's like everybody is broken to a point, okay? But this person, I don't know if this is you or somebody coming towards you. I don't know if this is going to resonate with you or not, or if it's for somebody that is in your circle. But there is an energy that keeps looking at the past. There's an offering coming to somebody. There's an offering coming to somebody. Now you have the power and the strength. This is a brand new offering. This is like a seed being planted. This is going to come through a message. I think it's going to either come more through I don't think it's a text message. It could be an email or something you've been waiting for. And now you have the power to accept it or not. But because of your past, I don't know who this is, but because of your past, and you keep going back there, you're going to miss the point. You're going to miss the opportunity because you're thinking too much in the past. All right. So this is the Chariot in the center, because it's going to move either way. So some of you just don't believe in yourself at all. And this is where the divine's saying, trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, trust that you are self-valued, you have strong self-esteem, trust in yourself. because somebody's definitely with the Five of Cups going to miss it. And this is something you've wanted. This is something you have wanted. All right. I don't know. Again, you need to go back to either a mentor, somebody who has been there. So if you're in school and you want to change schools, I don't know who this is for, a new school or something, you need to go back and really do the research why you want to do that, and if it's a good opportunity for you. You can do anything you want. That's the thing is, you can do pretty much anything that you want. You have that power within. It's just your drive. Somebody's drive is not there. Oh, okay. Thank you. Somebody's doesn't have the perseverance to do that. And so that's, I think, why that mentor's there. Oh my gosh. Definitely. Okay. This was me years ago. You got two back to back. These are back to back. There wasn't even a card in between. So who's thinking of the negative? Who's thinking of I can't do it? Who's making excuses? I heard excuses. You know, excuses. I don't want to say that. They're like, go ahead. I'm like, I don't want to say that. Go ahead. Excuses are like buttholes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. I wasn't going to say it, but it is all in all reality, it is. You'll if you're making excuses, you're only deceiving yourself. And you are not having your good foundation. You're actually slowing your growth down because you're not looking. Those excuses are coming because of a reason from your past, and you have to stop the excuses. You can have whatever this is coming your way. This is coming your way. You have something coming your way. This is a really good thing that is coming your way. However, it's your mindset. And I'm not saying this to be mean or anything. I'm just saying that it's the number 5. It's unstable. It's like your mindset isn't thinking in the right way. It's like you got to flip it. Instead of looking at all these ones that are all spilt, you got to turn it around and look at all the ones that are standing up. And like the divine had said for last month, you have to look at what you have, not what you don't have. You have to look at what you can do, not what you can't do. And you have to change that mindset around. And this restructures your foundation, and the power and the strength is within you to do that. The divine is saying you have the power, you have the strength to do this. This is about switching your mindset. And, you know, people say, oh, well, that, you know, that's so positive, that blah, 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 blah. That's just who I am. No, it's not. It is not. It's who you've chosen to be. So if that's a person coming towards you, or somebody that actually, somebody definitely has betrayed you, and that is what's happened. Somebody has either betrayed you, either lied to you, promised you. Okay, thank you. So somebody's saying on the other side, somebody promised you something and they didn't come through. Well, that's unfortunately life, and that's humans. Humans are going to let us down all the time. However, if you go to the divine will never let you down. He may not give it to you at that moment, but he will never let you down. And who's he facing? I would like to see a what? I would love to see if the devil card comes up next, because that's who's keeping you in bondage. This is all about everybody. This week is about restarting and resetting your grounding and your foundation. This is a time to reset. Okay, we did the garden work. We got the soil ready. We got the fence up around our garden. You know, this is a hypothetical of how we are sort of matching that with what's going on with the spring, with the planting of the garden. This is the planets also telling us that we have gotten our soil sort of ready here. However, if your soil is bad soil, your foundation and your grounding, those plants are going to come up and not be healthy, withered, choked out, whatever. So what is your soil? Where is your soil? Do you have a nice healthy soil, rich soil with lots of nutrients? Is your soil full of rocks and hard clay that, you know, things are not going to be able to come up and grow? Or is your soil like quicksand, mushy and watery, where the seeds are just going to sink and drown? You want that healthy soil. That's where this grounding is. But it definitely isn't where this is. That's a very unstable soil. So it's really important to your thought and your thinking process. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you got to be patient with yourself, guys. Please, please. You know, I care about all you guys out there watching any of my channels. I care about you. That's why everything I do is for free. That's why if you email me and have a question, it's for free. I care about what you guys are going through, your challenges, your struggles. You know, maybe things aren't working right. Maybe, and that's why I have that video. If nothing's working right, and I don't remember, Divine had me change the name of the video. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, it's out there. I think it's on the end of this video that you can see what it is. But, you know, you can go back through and watch all these videos for free. But I'm also here to answer your questions for free. And that's why I do all these videos for free. Because I want to be able to be the conduit for the divine to help you go through your struggles, your trials, your tribulations, and come out smelling very well. And that flower is blossomed the biggest that it can. That fruit or vegetable is as big and luscious as it can be. That's what I want you guys to be. Flourish, 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 flourish. All right. And the reason why I do it is because I used to be that. I used to be this 100%. My garden was choking me out like no tomorrow, and it was full of toxic weeds. It was full of bad habits. It was full of destructive ways, you know, lying and cheating and all that kind of stuff. I'm no different than anybody. It's just I made a choice to change my grounding and my foundation and heal what I needed to heal. And that's what somebody out there needs to do. Trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just the divine woke my butt up really early. However, this is, you know, also too, he's given me gifts to be the conduit for him. Not for me, but for him. All right. So we have the, yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. Thank you so much. So the Two of Wands is about your future and your future growth. This is where this is. This is where this is. I want you to grow where you have the wisdom of all the things that you need to be able to back up, analyze the situation, and then move forward in the chariot to get the rewards and skip the deception and the landmines and everything that's hindering you and keeping you. It is going to take time. We have temperance and we have strength. And we know that with the divine, he's going to be right there with the strength. We know that because that's his card. That's not anything that I chose. That's who he chose. All right. All right. So let's see what else we have here. If there's anything else, divine. The future is, yes, wisdom. We understand that. But is there anything else before I go to the planets cards that I missed that you want me to share? If you please share that now, I appreciate it. I hate these cards. They're so long. I don't like to shuffle them this way at all. And in fact, I can't because I have tiny hands. I'm only 5'2". Yeah. Death. And he's 100% right. You have to give up the old way, the old foundation. You do have to go back and you do have to analyze and evaluate. You do have to ask the questions on what I need to change in my life and get the wisdom. And not only that, this is wisdom for your current energy. This is wisdom for your future energy. So this is definitely something has to finish, something has to end. Yeah. Because the choice is yours. The choice is yours. because when we have death, we have a new beginning. There's something new. And then we end with the Three of Swords, because you have the choice to move forward in a positive. But this here, this thought process is going to keep you earthbound and keep you from, or you're going to keep getting hurt over and over and over again because your foundation is a little bit off. And even when we do move to a spiritual thought process, we might get hurt. You know, I mean, there's always a little bit of a hurt. However, that, you know, in earthbound thought process, your hurt and your pains, the Three of Swords, are like this. But when you get hurt at a spiritual moment, you know, yeah, you're going to get hurt. It's more like this. And then it almost is nothing. And the reason why I say that is because when you get hurt, you're going to say, why did this happen? Or you're going to ask and talk to the divine, why did this happen? And he's going to say, well, this is a lesson you needed to learn. Or you keep repeating the same lesson. So I got to keep showing it to you until you finally get it and change your way of thinking and your thought process. And then it's up to you to be able to analyze and say, oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to stop this way of thinking. I'm going to stop this way of living. I'm going to stop this way of bad habits. I'm going to stop this way of letting toxic people in. I'm going to be strong. I have the strength to say no. I have the strength to say, you know what? My life is more important than yours because this is my journey, not your journey. And that's where the strength comes in that you need to have for love of yourself first. If you don't love yourself, how can you love your family and your friends and be a role model or an example for them? Again, this is giving your children, this is giving you, this is giving your relationship, your partner, a good foundation of being a good woman or a good man. This is about walking in absolute truth. Again, absolute truth is spiritual truth. Remember, I asked about that in the very beginning. But truth is human truth, which can be up and down and a roller coaster and all over the place because it's opinionated. Whereas absolute truth comes to the divine. Love, period. Love and truth. That's just it. If you live by those two, your foundation becomes solid. All right. Let's see what the planets are doing here with the full moon real quick before I let you guys go. All right, Libras. Woo! Yeah, so this is about your journey. So some of you might be on this path of already rebuilding this foundation. Awesome job. Keep going, because the talisman has been there, done that. He knows which, or she, I should say, this in this artist's rendition. 9, or this grows stability. So she's been there, done that, knows what screwed her path up and has thrown those away and decided to, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to, you know, keep moving forward. I'm going to make better choices, better decisions. Thank you. They're really, really pounding today. Choices and decisions, choices and decisions. You got to make better choices, better decisions, and go from there, because then the path gets straighter, gets easier, gets calmer. Yes, definitely 100%. 100%. You guys are funny today. So the reason why I'm laughing is because we have the talisman about the path, correct? And then we had the protecting a treasure, which is your heart. This is your foundation, your heart. This is your power. This is your strength. You need to protect it from deception. Where did it go? The owl. Okay, we need to protect it from the deception. And then the compass is the true north. I can't make this up. It's very funny how it all happens. And this is the planet's energies, but this is very, very true, because the true north with the compass here, rather than north, because north can be just slightly off a degree if you watch a compass. But if you go to true north, that is the absolute true north, and that's where you want to be, because in that sense, then you become more straight on your path in your journey and which way to go. So, but the whole key word in there is true north, being truthful, being true to yourself, being true to others. and stop the deception, stop faking it till you make it, stop pretending, stop being somebody that you're not, that kind of a thing. Because the full moon and all these planets and energies, and I'll go into that in the full moon reading, but is about your relationships, not only with you yourself, but it's also relationships with others, in how you're being truthful and honest and kind and generous, and also the words that you're putting out. So a lot of that has to do with your tongue. Boop. Our tongue is the biggest weapon that we have in our body. All right. So Libras, this is your reading. I don't know if it resonated with you or maybe with a friend or whatever. If you're like, wow, this sounds like so-and-so, share this with them. Maybe there is something in there that will help them to get started on a new path to a better foundation, better decisions, better choices, because this is the time. Spring is the time. Spring equinox. We're already into spring equinox. People are already starting to plant the seeds. Now let's plant seeds of good choices, good decisions, wisdom, and having the strength and ability to move forward on that path and that journey for yourselves. It's not anybody else's journey but your own, really. All right. Again, I will be doing a full moon reading. I don't know the time, so if you are not subscribed and you want to watch it, please subscribe, hit the bell, and that will notify you when I'm on live, because I don't know if I'm going to put a thumbnail up prior or not. It's all going to depend on how my leg's doing. It was doing really, really good for quite a few days, but I've been in a lot of pain these last 2 days. So I'm going to see how that goes. So I don't want to promise and then not show up. So I will be doing a reading on the 28th, but just not sure the time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, but make sure you like other people's videos. If you're watching any video for more than a few minutes, just hit the like button, because that tells YouTube through the likes how they're going to promote that more. And that is really important to any YouTube creator, not just me. You don't have to do that for me, but I would appreciate it. But you know, the YouTube creators do work hard, and a lot of them who upload their videos is a lot more work, lot more work. So please make sure you're liking your YouTube creators that you do watch. All right, and we will see you on the 5th if I don't see you for the full moon. But please share with somebody if you think this resonates with them. And don't forget to watch any of the videos on Get Balanced 2020 or Divine Warrior if you're looking for more help in your mind, spirit, and body transformation. All right, take care.